Show you something. I remember coming to this place before, if I was to remember, back in 2016 maybe or 2000. That's when I remember I ended up um, losing my job or not. I remember quitting because of the type of gang stalking that I used to experience back in those days. Like even when I was at work, like even the acting of some strangers, which we knew exactly who, like we could tell that it's not based upon drama or something like that, but an act is meant to make people feel, so that way they start doubting, getting suspicious, and it's only because of certain individual whom I once knew, but not as how they were being described to me, because I've associated with let's just say with a lot of people, not as much when these people were basically blending in, and they also not just anyone, but they also have a they have a they have they have a secret society, like they are like basically to themselves mainly, and they just aim um, at the population basically, but they trying to like basically get behind the scenes while they operate, because they after some people specifically, which are very strange if I was to describe it to you. So what happened, I remember, by me trying to avoid all this and ignoring them, you have to be very strong on your mind. You have to know how to deal with like being basically gang stalker, if I'm ever referring to. So there were those multiple setbacks that I had to deal with, yeah. And I'm talking from those who I never knew that I one day would find out about them in a way which my due to my circumstances and my faith and the way I must have humbled myself when I accepted reality for what it was at that time before. Because I could say that if I was to be someone who's humble because of Christ, how I put my hope and my trust in him, man, everything began to explode, everything changed, everything turned around. Like everything, if I'm ever describing to you in ways that you cannot imagine. And these people were basically trying to make sure that they could follow me everywhere, and not just by doing that. There are times when they were trying to make me like basically doubt myself, lose my mind in ways which we are basically like stuck or we can't get away, because everything we do we are being wanted. But I didn't care anymore. I did not care whatever they do. But I had to know how to deal with this. So I had to make sure there were times when I'm out, when I'm not out. And when I made sure when I'm not out, I also wanted to make sure that I'm not having problems at home, because it's like everyone was turning on me due to these type of narcissistic hatred I'm talking about, which mainly referring to some people who are in the government as well. Yeah, just keep that in mind, because that now that if I'm ever explaining this, whatever information that they must have shared, what they were talking about, I can say that it was based upon false evidence, or they wanted to inform in the way they wanted to confuse the matter. Because I also wanted to let you know that I do still have this issue with a mother story, which I don't understand. I've told you what it was like, and I've left myself out here like that, basically wondering. Which I also was someone who kind of had to leave and stay away from certain friends that I used to associate. And that was later when they were trying to basically make that plans. Like let's just say, for example, I've stopped the search was saying, but they were having plans like that before I ever realized, and I made sure that it wouldn't affect me even later if I was to remember trying to stay away, even if there were some moments that we could have just associated with all that. I try to not to do so anymore, and that's it. I've left it at that. But I just want you to know that if I'm ever trying to explain this, I want you to know what I mean by this. I'm talking about that those years setback. So I came to this. This is a big national park, yeah. And whenever I come here, there are like routes that you can take, and basically you can choose to go on a walkway, or there's like basically a road, or you can choose to take those alleyways. And these alleyways were, and the first time when I saw them, like because I didn't know about this place much, and it looked like very big, and it's a very big, it's like a forest, big forest, and you could encounter anything. And I was trying to show you some of these short videos that I was uploading, that you could get to see some wildlife, if I was even trying to make it sound funny, because I remember taking a shot of a video and I put the title and I even put a sound to a background. Yeah, but it wasn't clear. I don't know why, because the video that I uploaded, it's working normally, but when I uploaded it, it's not, it's just cutting out. But let me just show you. Now I'm gonna just flip and just show you what I'm gonna take. Look, I'm gonna go this way. Oh. And you can see, if I was to show you what it's like behind me, that's like, you know, that's like that. And that's if you can go down over there. You know what I'm trying to say? You can go down, it's down here, and then you can go all the way, and then you go that way. No, that way here. Let's go. Let's see where we're gonna end up. I used to be aware, because you can also, there's you have to be careful also, because there's reptiles and things like that, and maybe some other things, and even large animals as well, was like mainly the kangaroos as well. You don't want to be in front of one. Funny, I remember I was jogging one day. And I came with one of them, was basically big and large, and I wasn't paying attention until I got so close. Like it was like from here, like from, let's just say, from this tree here, from this from there, yeah, to here. And they were eating. They were eating, basically. They were busy eating, and then when I stopped, they stopped too, and we looked at each other like that. Because what happened, because it wasn't like, the way I was basically going that way, it had to be at a turn. So we bumped in at each other. I love you guys. God bless. So that's what happened. That was shocking. You know what I mean? Oh my God! Like, and who knows? Probably could have. There were other ones as well, but the one that I basically was focused on, or the one I actually encountered or saw, was very big and large. I'm telling you, I swear, I'm not making things up. I'm straight away. I'm like, okay, and then I backed away, and I went that way, and then, yeah. Everything began to start working in slow motion. Yeah, it's funny, huh? Yeah, just to show you now, it's like here, like that. See, I'll take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Yeah, just wanted to, yeah, wanted to just talk about this or share this with you, just to show you what I'm on. And here I got up, and especially, you know what I feel like even now, because it's almost weekend, and basically I got up from a big night's sleep, and trust me, I swear to you, the way I may be doing it right now, it's rough. But I just want you to know that it wasn't something that I was planning for, but I had to be like that, and I don't want to just straight away start talking about it or explaining away. But like, yeah, we were basically left with no other chance. But thank God that we are still here. We basically get to see this light shining, and I'm hoping that if I'm ever describing this to you, things may be changing for the better, hopefully. Or if not, just telling you what it's like, how it can be sometimes. And so that way you can understand and see how I choose where to go, what to do sometimes. How I keep myself active, keep myself free from stress, keep myself busy always, and choose, yeah, do it within timing as well, yeah. Take care, God bless.